I was in the toy business and I have traveled many places. I was born in the UK, but one of my work assignments was in Buffalo, New York, where I decided that wearing a winter uniform was not to my liking. So about 11 years ago, I had the opportunity to retire. Where did I retire? I came to Arizona. We liked this community. Vistancia was just opening up at that time. Trilogy had been around for about 1 year. We came and we looked at the models. My wife fell in love with this particular model. We heard about Liz through a neighbor just about a quarter mile down the street from here who had sold her house through Liz. And not only through Liz, not only did she sell it, Liz sold the house in, I think it was about 2 weeks, which for this community, a active adult community where people are older and the market is somewhat limited, houses stay on the market around here for 3 or 4 months usually. And this house had sold in 2 weeks. My wife heard about this and she said, I want to talk to Liz. And she opened up to some very, very good conversation about how we should set the price. And we finally pushed it a little bit. I know she was maybe a little bit uncomfortable, but she was quite straightforward and said, okay, maybe we can do something with this based on the information I'd shared with her. And I felt very good about her listening and being able to mediate and compromise on what we should do on the price. If you come into this house 2 months ago, it looked like a Chinese museum because we've collected so much stuff from Asia. And Liz pointed out that not everybody that wants to come and buy a house wants to look at Chinese antiques and stuff. We need to temper it a little bit. And she had some excellent ideas. We took a lot of the clutter out of the house, cleaned it up. As it relates to the marketing side, the first thing she did that was just unbelievable, she brought in people to do the promotional side, the video, the photography. She brought in a guy with a drone who, he flew around the neighborhood for a while, which I thought was quite impressive. She got it listed not only on MLS, with Zillow, with Trulia, and a couple of others. So that part of the marketing also was very well done. She found a contact here in Trilogy who she developed an alliance with, and in fact that alliance led to her bringing the buyer that we finally went with. And that was all handled in less than 5 weeks. So now I'm a believer, really, that the lady up the street beat me by 3 weeks in a community where the norm is 3 or 4 months. In fact, a house comparable to this has been on the market since September of last year, and I don't know whether there are any offers, but the house is still not sold. Not only that, this house, when we came to the buyout, she helped us negotiate the price. The price we have got for this house makes this the highest price of this model sold in this community for the last 2 years. In that 5-week period I told you from listing and selling the house, we went to Taiwan. We went to Taiwan, I think we were gone for a couple of weeks. Liz lives a 45-minute drive from here. So if somebody wanted to come and see the house, she would drive up to the house, she'd turn all the lights on, she'd go turn on the pool, she'd turn on the fountain, she'd turn on the waterfall, she would do all that and until the customer had been here, then she'd shut it all down and drive all the way back home again. She didn't do that just once, she did that several times. If there was ever a question, my wife would call her, she'd always respond to my wife, Liz, can you help me do this? And there was never a negative. In fact, all the answers came with a very, very positive smile. So she really went the extra yard on. And maybe that's why the house sold so fast, Yeah. The realtor clearly is very, very important. Seeing Liz echoed, I can't even tell you what her last name is, I just know her as Liz, right? I don't need to know anything, I just know her as Liz. Seeing her sell 2 houses, 1 in 2 weeks, 1 in 5 weeks, versus all the other realtors, many of whom have been claiming they know this area better than anybody else, are lingering on 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, maybe. So Liz is number 1. And I'm not only telling you, whoever's watching this, I'm telling my friends and neighbors who I know are considering selling their homes. She's number 1.
Give me a call today at 480-414-3123. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks.